Hai, welcome to my class. Saya Dilan.
Saya Feby.
Dan saya Nolana.
Selamat datang di RX Channel. Kali ini kami akan membawakan storytelling Disney berjudul Beauty and the Beast.
Namun sebelum itu jangan lupa like,
Comment,
Share.
dan subscribe.
dan jangan lupa nyalakan tombol notifikasinya agar tidak ketinggalan storytelling berikutnya.
Semangat belajar!
Once upon a time, there was a rich merchant. He had 3 beautiful daughters, but the youngest was the most beautiful. When she was a child, everyone called her Belle, and the name stuck with her over the years. Her sister envied her because she was also the kindest and the smartest of the 3. Their father lost all his money because his ship sank at sea. The family had to move to a small cottage in a small village. The man went to the field every morning to work, while Belle did the cleaning and prepared lunch for her family every day. The only thing her sister did was wake up late, wander around all day, and complain that they had to no lovely clothes to wear anymore. A year passed. One day the father received a letter saying that the one of the ships his own had returned undamaged. It meant that the family was rich again. When they heard the news, the older sister made a list of things they want their father to buy for them: dress, hat, shoes, earrings, bracelets, and lots more. "Would you like me to buy something for you too?" her father asked Belle. She touched that the money they had would not be enough for her sister's list, so she replied kindly,
"Since you ask, I would like you to bring me a rose, because they do not flower here."
When the man arrived at the ship, it was undamaged, but it was empty, and so the man had to go back home as poor as he was before. There were only 10 miles left to his house when suddenly a blizzard started. The snow was so thick and the winds so strong that the man fell off his horse twice. It was evening, and the man thought that he was going to die from cold and hunger. Just then he spotted a castle not far away. He arrived at the castle and went into a hall. There was a fire where he could dry his clothes and a table set for just one person. The man waited to see if anyone would come, but since no one came, and he couldn't stand the hunger any longer, he ate the meal in front of him. He felt a lot better and started to explore the castle. At least he found a bed, which seemed to have been made up for him. He didn't bother waiting, but got it and fell asleep right away. When he woke up the next day, he was surprised to find some clean clothes left out for him instead of his own dirty clothes. He put them on and went outside to find his horse. On his way out of the castle, he passed under an arch of roses and remembered what his youngest daughter had asked him to bring her. He plucked some roses from the vase. At arch, he heard a terrible roar and saw a beast running toward him. "You are so ungrateful! I gave you food, a warm bed, and clothes, and still you pick my rose? The only thing I truly love, people to die." "Please, master, don't kill me," the man answered. "I have 3 lovely girls waiting for me to get back home." "I'm not your master. I'm a beast, so don't flatter me. But you said you have daughter. You can go, but you must promise that one of your daughter will come on her own and die instead of you. If not, you should come back in 3 months to die." The man had no choice but to agree. The beast had one last thing to say. "I don't want you to leave the castle with empty hands. Before you leave, take this bag and fill it with as much gold as precious thing as you can find. The man went home. He was very sad. He gave Belle the rose he had taken from the bee's garden and told everyone what had happened. The older sister started crying, but Belle stayed calm.
Why are not you crying?
Demanded the sisters.
Father is going to die just because of your silly rose.
Father won't die.
She replied.
The beast told father that he could send one of his daughter, and so I'm going to go.
Nothing could make Belle change her mind. The next day, she left with her father to go to the beast's castle. On the way, her father told Belle about the gold which the beast had made him take. She advised her father to use the money as a dowry for her sisters. When they arrived at the palace, the beast met them. "Did you come here of your own will?" he asked.
Yes.
Belle replied. "Your heart is too good," the beast exclaimed and told them to have dinner and sleep well. "Tomorrow morning you can leave the place," the beast told the man. The next morning, after her father left the palace, Belle started crying. She thought that the beast wanted to kill her. With her heart full of this horrible thought, the girl started walking around the palace. It was very beautiful. To her surprise, she found a room which had a sign on it saying, "Belle's Chambers." She opened the door and saw a lovely room with piano and library.
The beast does not want me to get bored.
He thought and regained her courage.
If only I could see my family, everything will be perfect.
She thought, and at that moment, the mirror on the wall showed her home. She saw that one of her sisters was getting married, but then everything disappeared.
This is probably means he does not want to kill me.
At dinner time, she went into the dining room and saw that the beast was there. "Can I watch you while you eat?" he asked.
Of course.
Belle replied.
You are the master here.
"No," the beast replied. "You are the mistress of this castle. If you want me to leave, I will go right away. Tell me, you find me disgusting, don't you?" Belle couldn't lie, so she answered,
Yes, indeed I do. But I believe you have a good heart.
"You are right. Not only am I disgusting, but I don't have any brain either. I'm a beast," he said, and left her to have her dinner alone. The next evening, the beast entered the room around dinner time and asked the Belle a question which shocked her. "Will you marry me?" he asked.
No, beats.
She answered. He sighed and left the room again. This is how they lived for 3 months. Belle's happiness would have been complete if the beast didn't ask her one and the same question every evening. One day, Belle was standing in front of the mirror and saw her family again. He saw that her father was very sick. She ran to the beast and told him what she saw.
I promise never to leave you. But if you don't let me go, I will die from sorrow.
She said, "You can go visit your family," he said, "but you must promise that you will be back on the 8th day. When you are ready to come back, you should just put your ring on the table." The next morning, she woke up at her father's home. When he saw his youngest daughter at home safe and well, the father got very excited. Her sister also came to see her. They were both very confused and angry that Belle was all dressed up in a lovely dress and was looking more beautiful than ever. They came up with a sly plan to make Belle go back to the castle later than she had promised so that the beast would get angry and kill her. When the 8th day came, they started crying and asking their youngest sisters to stay with them a little more. Belle's good heart didn't even think there could be a plan, and she believed they truly missed her. She promised to stay 8 more days. But on the 10th day, Belle had a dream. In her dream, the beast was lying in the garden almost dead. She woke up and put her ring on the table. The next morning, she woke up in the castle. She called for the beast, but no one replied. She searched for her beast everywhere, but she couldn't find him. At least she remembered her dream when in the garden. There she found the beast. He had fainted, but Belle thought he was dead. She touched and a teardrop fell on his chest. As soon as Belle's tears dripped into his chest, Beast turned into a handsome prince. Belle was amazed. I was turned into a hideous beast by a fire long ago, because I didn't let her shelter in the castle when there was a storm. Beast explained, only finding true love could break the spell. Will you marry me? Belle agreed happily, and they lived many long years together in the castle.